kids, and welcome to Project Day on the new Brinkley RV. And I'm sure you're saying to yourself, how could you possibly have a project to do on a brand new RV? And those of you that are saying that obviously do not understand how the RV industry works. Today's issue is we paid the dealer to install lithium batteries instead of the one lead acid battery. So we paid them to put in 200 amp hour lithiums. The problem is they didn't switch the converter over to lithium, and it's a WFCO converter. There's a certain procedure to have it auto detect what chemical or type your battery is, what chemistry type your battery is. Needless to say, that auto detect did not work for us. So I called WFCO, and they said there was a couple of things that were a problem, mainly the fact that we're using Battleborn batteries. Apparently Battleborn has a specific type of charge profile that gives the WFCO auto detect issues trying to auto detect them. So WFCO was nice enough to send us a new converter that has been hardwired for lithium and also has a firmware update. So today I have to replace the converter that's in the Brinkley with the new one that WFCO sent me. Why am I doing this instead of taking it back to my RV dealership? Well, we're full-time and this is our house. So I don't want to lose my house for a day or two for a project that really will not take me that long. It's a very, very easy swap out and install. But since I'm doing it, I figured I might as well film it. So in case you have to do the same thing, you have an idea of how it's done. So the first thing I have to do is clear out my garage space that's right over here, so that I can shinny my big fat butt into it and get the old converter out. So step number one, clear out the garage. All right, so here is something that Brinkley has done that, in my opinion, is bloody brilliant. So a lot of RVs, a lot of fifth wheels, if you have to get into the space, the crawl space, you have to take a whole wall down. With Brinkley, you just slide. I can slide that. I can slide that. But more importantly, I can pop both of these out, and now I have access right to that converter that I need to get to. It's going to be fun trying to get in between this and this plumbing pipe, but yeah, here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is kill the power to the trailer, so that way I got no power running through this while I'm messing with electrical. You'll have to excuse me, I'm trying to do this one-handed while holding a camera. All right, so at this point, I should have everything I need to do this. I've got my converter. I've got my power drill with a Phillips head on it, but just in case it's not Phillips and it's Robinson, I've got a Robinson's bit for that. And then I have a number 4 Allen key, which is what we're going to need to connect up the positive and negative leads. So I think I have everything that I need before I shinny into the crawl space. What's the bet? What's the bet that I actually have everything I need? I'm going to say we're maybe 3-to-1 that I'm staying in there and not coming back out for another tool. All right, here we go. Coming in. All right. So being 6'4" and 330-ish does not make this easy. I think I can get to everything I need to get to. Oh, it looks like there's a ground up there. All right, here we go. I'm going to move you inside, and then I'm going to move inside. Okay, Brinkley, you almost had this perfect, with the exception of one problem. So where the power cord plugs in, there's like a wooden panel in front of it. that I'm going to have to pull off. Here, I'll show you. You see where the power cord comes out or goes to? It's behind that piece of wood. So I'm going to have to pull that chunk of wood out to get to it. Brinkley, you so almost had it right. We lost our 3-to-1 bet. Tony Tower, are you out there by any chance?
Can I help you?
Oh, God, yes, you can. So in the, right up on the back of the truck, there's a thing that has a whole bunch of bits and baubles in it. Can you hand me that? Tony Tower just saved me from having to climb my fat ass out of here again. Wow, how far back is the... Oh my God, really? I can't get to it. Because it's so far back, I can't get in here to reach it. The biggest problem that we ran into was where the converter plugs in. So I hope Brinkley doesn't mind me using this overhead illustration of their Z3100. But if you're in the pass-through, the converter lives right about here. But the plug for the converter, where it plugs into, lives right about here. So the only way to get to it is to either shinny into the crawl space or to remove these stairs and go at it from that angle. When you're too big to get to that part of the mine shaft, you get yourself a smaller miner. Tony Tao's gonna try and see if she can reach it. In you go, kid. There's a light back in there already.
Okay.
See, do you see the metal box on the side?
Yes.
Now, do you see the black wire that's coming out of it?
Yes.
Do you see where that black wire goes?
Just about.
Way back into that cave?
Yeah.
And plugs in?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's wires wired.
Can you get me something because I'm going to be crawling in and this is going to hurt.
Yeah, hold on.
Give me a towel or something.
Hang on.
All right.
Have a conversation with the kids.
Hi, kids.
One towel.
Thank you. All right. See this? So it's this cable right here.
Yep, that's the one. If you follow it, it kind of goes back and turns and plugs into the sidewall.
Yeah, it's got a twist to it. Yeah, I think I can get it.
Oh, yes. That's what I wanted to hear.
Just a little bit further. I'm done.
Yay!
And then when it's time to put it back, let me know.
Yeah, because you're going to go back in because I can't reach it.
All right.
Look at that teamwork, making the dream work. Come on out of the mine, Tony Tao. All right, now I'm going back in. Tony Tao saved us. It's now unplugged. Now I just need to pull the whole unit out. Did I take my drill out of here? And now I got to crawl out again? Probably. Here we go. I'm going to pull these first. And to do that, I need, and I know I brought it in here, a number 4 Allen wrench. At least if this is the same size as the ones that is the one I'm putting in. Oh, but that's going to be a problem. They are super tight. Oh, man. Oh, man. This thing's really on there. They did not mess around with torquing these down. All right. The negative's out. All right, positive is out. There's also a grounding wire up here up on the top that I just can't get to. So I'm gonna pull this whole converter. All right, gotta take a moment to get some blood back in my arms. Yes, I didn't have to take them all the way out. Okay. Now I just gotta pull this ground off. We have this ground up here that I'm going to pull off. It's torqued like crazy too. Oh man, these guys really hammered that thing down. Alright, ground is out. And converter is out. Now the real question is the plug on this one as long as the plug on the other one? It looks like it is. So I think we'll be okay. All right, so we're going to go in the same way we came out, just going backwards. So where is our ground? There's our ground. I'm going to hook that first. It says in the manual to torque to the proper specifications, but quite honestly, I couldn't find anywhere in the manual where it gave me the torque specifications. So I'm going to use my old school drummer hands just to crank the hell out of it. All right. I actually think what I'm going to do is mount this first, and then I'm going to plug these in. If I just get one of these cranked down, I'll be in better position here. That's mounted back in. Now, let's get the positive hooked up, and then we'll get the negative hooked up. All right, there's the drummer hands torque job. There, like, which way can I turn you to where you're going to be? There we go. All right, so, everything is cranked back down. Again, I didn't have a torque wrench for these Allen screws. But on the other hand, I couldn't find anywhere in the manual where it said what to torque them to. So I torqued them to drummer hand spec. For those of you that don't know what that is, you could ask Ken over at the Roadsmiths. He was a professional drummer for years. I was a professional drummer for years. It just means that you have insanely strong hands. Ask any of my friends. I tighten things down, they can't untighten them. I tighten C-stands down on jobs, and you know, the grips that are working with me just are like, which gorilla tightened this thing down? It was me with my drummer hands. So we got them torqued down to drummer hand spec. Now I got to go get my mini miner so she can crawl back in here and see if she can plug this thing in. We'll be right back. Mini miner Tony Tao. Yeah. I need your assistance. Oh God, no, I can't get back in there to plug it in. That's your job.
Is that why I'm coming out?
That's why you're coming. You're going back into the mines. Too bad Gracie can't plug things in. Right? It's the perfect size for her. All right, she's going in, kids. Into the hole. Into the cave.
Do you know how close I am to having this thing plugged in?
Yeah, it's just so buried back in there.
I think I did it.
Tony Tao got it plugged in. We think it's plugged into the same plug that we took it out of.
I think so. It's the only one I can see.
We'll find out in a minute. All right, so between me and my mini miner, Tony Tao, I think we have successfully done this. Because what I needed to see when I turned everything back on was a blue light on inside of the converter telling me that it was charging in a lithium profile. And we have a blue light. I don't know if you can see down in there, but there is a blue light on. Now I just need to put that back wall back together, and I think our job here is done. Yay! Just so you can enjoy the fun of this too, this is how I have to get in here around this pipe. I have to literally turn my head sideways, push it through, and then turn, so that I have the pipe on my throat and the wall on the back of my head. There are a lot of times in life where being a tall man are advantageous. This is not one of them. But we're buttoned up, we're back, the converter's working, I have a blue light, Yay! I think we have successfully installed the new converter. Yay! Now I gotta put everything back in the storage.